and thanks for joining us on Medwatch today. I'm Vanessa Villafuerte. It was a beautiful day for a motorcycle ride in the Sierra Mountains for Clovis tattoo artist Joshua Farmer, but that ride ended in an accident that changed everything.
And I saw the clouds and the sun, and it was just this unbelievably blue, and that was the last memory I have. That's it. And I remember, it's so specific, just grabbing, technically with this hand, a little bit of gas, and that feeling of everything was perfect.
Moments later, everything changed.
I had hit a bump in the road that everybody had noticed, and it had turned me into traffic, which I then overcorrected to avoid, and ended up going back into the sidewalk on the mountainside and hit a rock, and it projected me.
Joshua survived, but the long road to recovery was just the beginning.
Josh had a traumatic brain injury, and it's referred to what we call as a diffuse axonal injury, which is a severe traumatic brain injury. And that led to a multitude of changes in his functional abilities.
Elise Guerra, speech pathologist at the Leon S. Peters Rehabilitation Center, says speaking, eating, even forming memories had to be rebuilt.
A lot of our cognitive therapy was working on helping build that orientation and support his recovery in a safe way while his brain was still healing before he could start forming those new memories. And once we were beyond that, we were able to really start that rehab through using functional tasks that he's used to every day.
And each day came with a new set of challenges and lots of uncertainty.
Every day I'd go in and say, "Hi, do you remember me?" He goes, "Yeah." And it's like, what therapist am I? Sometimes he'd say physical or occupational therapist, and then I'd give him a couple options. And eventually he started to remember, "Oh, you're Elise, my speech therapist."
But small moments also marked enormous progress.
The road to recovery has been incredibly complex, very, very unbelievably anything from dramatic and traumatic to beautiful and wondrous and new in ways that I often don't find myself speechless.
What surprised his care team the most was his determination.
He learned that the impacts from that brain injury are temporary with that therapy that we were providing, right? And so as soon as he started to realize that, he became extremely motivated, he was excited, he was engaged throughout our sessions, and it was just an overall wonderful experience.
Months later, that progress came full circle at the annual downtown Fresno Christmas parade. He was invited by his rehab team to ride with them on their float.
When he got there, it was just this wave of relief, excitement, just pride in his recovery, and to see that not only did he do well with us here on the floor, but then he actively took part in his own recovery when he went home, right? And he works to get better every day.
Joshua says he was just as excited to be standing among the people who saved his life.
And it was all of the people who had helped me on the 6th floor. And I thought, oh, I'm just standing here amongst my lifesavers, amongst my heroes, my Superman and Superwoman who saved me and rebuilt me and helped me recover.
And for Joshua, recovery didn't end when he left the hospital. It's something he carries every day, along with gratitude for the people who helped him get there.
They've given me a care and a perspective that I've never accepted or seen before, even in a way that makes me feel like I was part of their family, part of their team, cared for, loved, and I'm going to be eternally thankful and grateful that they were on my side and were there with me. It was incredible.